Hello, Empress Justice here with another reading for you guys, but this time it's a pick a card reading for the summer solstice, which in the UK is coming up on the 21st of June 2021 at 4:31 in the morning precisely. And at that time, the sun will be in Ardra, the moon will be in Sfati, the ascendant will be in Gemini Mrigashira, and the midheaven will be in Capricornian Dhanishta. Now, I'm not going to do it for all 12 signs, but I'm going to give you a brief rundown of what this means for the solstice. Now, the solstice is very much Rahu dominated because of the sun and moon. So, with Ardra being the destroyer storm and Sfati being the nakshatra of Mother Maya, what we will see is, yes, a destroyer storm. And given over here in the UK, we've had thunderstorms, that came after the sunny days. So it's fitting. The illusory qualities of Mother Maya. Summer always has a sort of very pleasant illusory quality to it, especially if you're, able-bodied and you can get around a lot more. Many of us will be feeling that sort of pleasant illusory quality, but what we have to be careful of is not to be sucked in. With the ascendant being in Mrigashira, many of us will be very keen to sort of express ourselves the way that we want to, and nobody telling us how to express ourselves, what to want, what to root for. We're going to want our freedom, and we're going to want to take that a step further by expressing ourselves in unique ways. So for the next 6 months, it's not just going to be for the summer. It will be like for the next 6 months, from this solstice to the next solstice. There will be a sort of pleasant illusory quality, yet at the same time, this illusory quality, this fixation on magic and on interactive play, it will actually give us the scope to express ourselves, to express who we truly are. The irony of it is that it's only through connecting with illusions that make us feel good, that help us feel good. It's only through connecting in that way that we actually understand how we're supposed to feel. And the fact that both the sun and moon are dominant in Rahu signs, it means that Rahu is going to play a big part here for the next 6 months. The collective Rahu of, well, it won't be in Rohini throughout the year, I don't think, but Rahu in Rohini, or the Rahu placement, I think, will have a big effect on us from the exact point of the summer solstice. I believe so. I believe that it will. I believe that emotion, telling an emotional story from our own perspective and having a world that fits into that perspective, it will actually allow us to not only engage our real selves, but also to empathize with others. Sometimes, in order to get people aware of the truth, sometimes it involves not really forcing them into the truth, but communicating to them in a way that they can understand and they can connect with. So I feel that for the next 6 months, there'll be a really pleasant atmosphere of, yes, we'll say what's on our mind and we'll speak our piece and we'll make sure that we get our point across, but it's going to be in a way that kind of plays to our own ideals of what the world should be. It's only when we become open-minded to one another that, we become open-minded to ourselves. So in this way, I don't know if that makes sense or not. That's what I see for the next 6 months with the summer solstice. People being open-minded enough to connect with one another through one another's interests and getting the truth across that way rather than trying to force everything out. Of course, the full moon it seems to be very different to that, but there will be an undercurrent of the solstice's energy throughout the full moon as well. So not to worry. Summer solstice, it looks really pleasant, looks really nice. There's a little bit of rebelliousness there, but it's nothing that is going to be too aggravating. Nothing too aggravating. So, so that's the astrological portion of the reading done. And now the part you've all been waiting for, the picker card. Now, We've got 3 bundles here. We've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, so for those who have joined me, I'm going to give you a moment or two to pick a card, 3 deep breaths, and I'm going to wait for you guys to pick a card. I hope you've picked the first card that comes into your mind. Don't overthink it. All right? Now let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to start with pile 1. All right? And this is interesting, pile 1. We've got the Justice card, we've got in the near future, and we've got the Vice card. So, first I want to start with this card right here, the Vice card. Now, this deck's interpretation of the card is engaging in things that are not necessarily good for you, or giving yourself permission to be a bit more selfish, a bit more earthly minded. I think this is actually about understanding the nature of sin rather than engaging in it. I think your understanding of the way the world works and your understanding of, you know, the deeper side of people's natures that they don't always want to admit to, I think that is what leads you to actually becoming more effective in terms of getting justice for yourself or getting justice for other people. It actually makes you more effective in doing what's fair. And for the Justice card, it says here, take the time to review details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. Put them together. Now, I'm just remembering from what I read of Tarot Ingi. The devil and justice together usually is talking about the underworld. And the underworld, it's normally associated with Hades, right? And it's normally associated as being the place where the dead go to, you know, it's like purgatory. It's not actually like hell. Some of you might be in a purgatory at the moment whilst you figure all this out when it comes to how people respond and what people do. You might be in a purgatory right of this very moment, awaiting a decision that might affect you for the rest of your lives. What I'm getting is that you don't have to think too hard or think too deeply about this, because that, you know, the results of what you know and what is about, you know, what you know and what you want, there's a balance between the two, and it's going to manifest itself very, very shortly. You're not going to get what you want immediately, but what will happen is that what you end up getting is so much better than what you wanted that it might catch you off by surprise. But then again, you shouldn't be surprised, because if you're in touch with your own deeper nature and the deeper nature of other people, and you understand what they're bound by, then of course it was only a matter of time before you were able to use that information in order to get what you wanted, or get better than what you wanted. So for pile 1, I feel that you get better than what you want. You get better than what you expected. But that you shouldn't be surprised at that, because, you know, it was your own that got you here, really. It was your own intellect, it was your own intelligence, it was your own discernment that actually got you here, that got you to understanding how things work and how to work around it. So I'm going to pull out one of these ones now. I'm going to pull out one of them. Clarification. Healing passion. Express the fire within you. Yeah, so, okay, so not only do you get better results than you anticipated with the wisdom that you've accumulated, you also heal hidden aspects of yourself that are related to bad habits, related to maybe psychological malaise or physical malaise. You definitely heal yourself with the knowledge that you've accumulated, because you have a very good understanding of your own weaknesses, and that comes out absolutely. Let me pick a Archangel Oracle card from this now and get more clarification. Clear your space. All right, so yeah, these two are very connected. I think this card is usually associated with Jophiel anyways. And then you've got this, no, it might be Jophiel or Gabriel, I'm unsure yet. But clear your space. Yeah, understanding the hidden aspects of your nature, understanding, the hidden parts of everyone's nature is what allows the clear out. It's what allows you to get better, and it's what allows your situation and your environment to get better, by understanding exactly where your faults are and how to draw them out properly so that you don't come back to it. So I feel like for the next 6 months, your understanding of people's darker nature, it allows you to actually appeal to those darker natures in order to not only get what you want, but get better than what you wanted. So for pile 1, you've been shrewd. You've been very, very, how do I put this? You've been incredibly shrewd. You've been incredibly discerning. And that discernment pays off big time, and you're not going to have to wait very long. Like I said before, this is a reading for the next 6 months, but it says in the near future, so I'm thinking less than that. I'm thinking in 3 months, or even less than that, maybe in a month's time, that all the previous decisions, all the very smart decisions that you've made, it comes to a culmination and you realize, oh my gosh, how did this happen? It comes almost as a surprise to you because of your own humility in the situation. But you did this, pile 1. You kind of manifested this very advantageous situation into your life. You are the one who manifested it. So you should give yourself credit where it's due. Also, thanks Spirit as well. Thanks Spirit as well. And thank your spiritual team. They've been doing big work for you on your behalf too, but you made the decision to push forward, and you made the decision to go inward and to become more self-aware, and that self-awareness has actually helped you big time. So that's for pile 1. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, peace and blessings, and enjoy yourselves. All right. Now we come to pile 2. 4 of, oh, interesting. All right, let me just go the other side. Hold on. The whore, which is normally the Empress, and then you've got look for a sign. 4 of autumn. So let's work with the Empress first, or the whore, the sacred whore. All right, so already, I don't know why, but I'm looking at her breasts, and to me, breasts are not just, to me, breasts are not just sexual objects. They're symbols of wealth and nourishment. The vagina, for me, it symbolizes, I don't know why I'm getting this word, but for me, the vagina symbolizes hope. There's it's not that light comes from the vagina. It's like something, it just feels like you're being brought into the light. It feels like there's a situation, pile 2, that's pushing you. It's like through the mother's canal. It's like it's pushing you into the light. There's a lot of pressure around you. You're being pressurized on all sides, but it's almost like this feels like a barony sort of energy to me. It's like you're being pushed. It's like you're being pushed, like you're being pressured. It's like you're becoming reborn, or at least you're a piece of coal that's being turned into a diamond. That's what this feels like. It feels like you're in a situation that seems to be hopeless. No, I don't get hopelessness. I get stress. I get pressure. It's like there's a lot of stress and pressure, but because of the way you're responding to it, you instead of resisting, you're letting it push you. You're letting it push you towards the light. So it's like for the next 6 months, like to the next solstice, you're feeling the pressure, but you're letting it transform you into something greater, rather than saying to yourself, I can't do this, or I can't, I can't. Your creativity is coming out, your ingenuity is coming out, and your skills of manifesting abundance are coming out. And people are going to ask, well, how are you able to do that? How are you able to do that? Some of you are going to be doing it on a shoestring budget, but you find that you do it on a shoestring budget, but then things start to improve around the 3-month mark financially, or at least sometime after that. But it's during the solstice, it's during the next 6 months that you go from being on a shoestring budget to having your finances improve as a direct result of your financial savvy. So it's like maybe monetary situations are pressuring you, but you become resourceful and you end up saving more money, and therefore your money pile starts to build and build and build and build, and then everybody's going to be like, well, how are you so successful monetarily? How are you doing this? And it's just going to be as simple as you became resourceful. You allowed the pressure around you to heal you. When it comes to the breast now, I'm thinking, yeah, that's to do with abundance. That's to do with nurturing. You may need nurturing from other people, and you may need to be honest and open about that with everyone, so that you can filter out those who are not willing to give it to you, and you can filter out those who are not willing to give you what you need. So I feel like you are being pressured, and that pressure is turning you into something marvelous, but you need support along the way. Tell everybody that you need support, and then filter out the people who ain't supporting you. Simple as that. 4 of Autumn. Manage your resources wisely, you see. Achieve a balance in how you spend and save money. Help out those who are less fortunate. So yeah, like I said before, your abundance here, the abundance that is, it's not even promised, it's guaranteed here. It's guaranteed by you being more shrewd with your money. And it's not me telling you to do it, it's you basically doing it yourself. Pile 2, you're the ones who decide, I have to be more careful with my money, I have to be more careful with my resources, because you're feeling the pinch. But instead of letting it bruise you, you pinch back and say, okay, well, if that's the way you want to do it, I'm going to make sure I create a beautiful home on a shoestring budget, and then my money's going to pile up, and I'm going to be able to get all the things that I fucking want. So fuck you, pressure. I'm going to do this. Fuck you, pressure. I'm going to get what I want to get, and I'm going to be happy. And no amount of, shoestring budget or budgeting or nothing like that is going to stop me. Now, there's big abundance and rewards coming. What you got to do is be open and alert, and understand that every opportunity, it might not look like a financial opportunity at first, Pile 2, but be open to every opportunity, because at one point or another, it's going to lead to greater abundance, which is what Pile 2 is preoccupied with. Pile 2 is preoccupied with greater abundance. So watch out for opportunities. Any opportunities, regardless of what they look like. Don't be concerned with what they look like. If for instance, right, if you're trying to cut costs on stuff like that, and somebody invites you to a party, go to the party. Because you never know who's there. And you never know what breaks you might get on your finances, what abundance you might receive. You might receive a new job. You might receive new self-employment opportunities. You might receive a stock option opportunity. So don't knock a gift horse in the mouth. There are signs everywhere, and there are opportunities everywhere. You're better off just saying yes to most of the things that you get. If somebody says, I want you to do this for me, do it. Because that's your sign that you need to go down this direction in order for you to have greater abundance and greater wealth. And that's exactly what's in store for you for the next 6 months. Pile 2 is greater abundance, because you've been prudent with your money, and then on top of that, you have responded to pressures favorably. You've even been able to share with other people despite the lack of money that you actually have. So of course, Spirit was always going to reward you with greater abundance. You get more of what you put out. But let's see the Goddess Oracle clarifications for that. Which one? Movement card. Alright. Let's see what I can get from the Archangel Oracle card. Archangel Oracle deck. Oh my. Alright, so what does this mean? Movement, change is important. And then you've got comfort here. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. So what does this have to do with the Empress? I think this has to do with the pressure that I was talking about earlier. You need nurturing and you need support. And what I'm hearing is that you will get that. It's a nice feeling that I'm getting with this card. What I feel like I'm getting with this card is a lovely sort of warm hug. Like, it feels like a warm hug, but it's internal. And I feel like you will get the support that you need from the right people, Pile 2. You will, and that will make all of this easier. Yeah. Movement. I don't see you moving. I don't see any big moves, but I do see change. I do see a change in lifestyle that might keep you on your feet more, which is good. Okay, it's good. There's a change in lifestyle that keeps you on your feet more. Hold on a second. There's a change in lifestyle that keeps you on your feet more. You'd think that given everything that's going on here that you'd be staying in your house, but no, because you're limited in what you have to work with at home. And remember, being at home is the new staying in. So staying in is actually more expensive than going out. So yeah, I mean, staying in is more expensive than going out. So you will be going out more. And ironically, you going out more is what saves you money. Because because there's more money in subscriptions and, and deliveries and staying indoors. Well, it costs you more money. I don't know if people, honestly, employers make less money making deliveries and stuff. But anyway, so basically you spend less money going out and visiting people, which you're going to do, than staying in all day. I think you'll go out more, Pile 2. I think if you're naturally introverted or you're maybe suffering from depression, you will be going out more. And I think that will actually help your mood a lot. You don't always have to go out with people, but you will be going out more, and that will help you. Will help you in the long run. It's beautiful, really. So I do see greater abundance for you. I see you starting off having to be quite stingy with yourself, which it doesn't really bother you, and then ending the summer solstice being very, very abundant, very, very lavish, relatively lavish for you. And you are going to change. You may move at the end of the 6 months, but I don't see it. I don't really see that. I just see you traveling more and seeing more people and visiting more people, which again saves you money, ironically. So that's for Pile 2. Thank you so much for giving me this insight into you. And now, Pile 3. 6 of Autumn. No. and Queen of Swords. All right, so Queen of Swords is a bad bitch, right? I always like Queen of Swords because Queen of Swords is very astute when it comes to her environment and people's emotions. This is what people don't understand about the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very astute. Sorry about all the shit on the floor. I apologize. The Queen of Swords is very astute when it comes to how people feel, the environment around her, all this type of stuff. And this is what she uses in order to become, so devastatingly glamorous, so devastatingly witty, so devastatingly sharp, bright and insightful. This is what she uses in order to wield power, her knowledge of the emotional. What she needs in order to evolve, though, is to understand what she actually wants, is to basically connect in a healthy way with her anger, because she actually suppresses her anger a lot. And everything's, everything's wrapped up in a biting remark or something like that. But she's deeply unhappy and she needs to release it into what she wants. And she also needs to move. She needs to move around. She needs to be more active in order to channel that angry emotion healthily. And I was talking about this today on Real Justice Tarot on my Twitter page. I feel that pile 3, this is not you actually. I feel like this is actually about someone else and not you. It could be you, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it isn't. But I just feel that there's somebody around you that might be sort of trying to chip away at you because they're not doing enough in their own lives and they're trying to be controlling and they're trying to sort of dictate to you how you should live your life when, to be honest, you're probably living better than they are. And you're probably doing better than they are in terms of realizing who you are and what you need to be doing. What I will say is, understand that the Queen of Swords is soft beneath all of that. Don't let her intimidate you. Stand up for yourself. But understand that she's soft underneath all that biting sarcasm. Okay, understand that she is very soft. It might not even be a woman. It could be a man with feminine energy. Thank you, Todrick Hall. Feminine energy. It could be somebody who is, it could be, it could be a woman or a man with, feminine energy. And just understand that whoever it is, they're not being a cunt on purpose. It's just you have to kind of be gentle with them, but in a way that doesn't allow you to be trampled over. Let them know, okay, this behavior is not okay. Sorry about that. Let them know that this behavior is not okay, but also let them know that you're not in a war with them. They'll calm down. That's what this no is about right here. Okay, but let's get to the 6 of Autumn first. 6 of Autumn, the good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. So, yeah, I feel like whoever this person is, they're connected to charity or they're connected to some kind of social initiative. I'm thinking this type of person ain't got no business being in any situation that involves charity or involves social work or involves anything to do with customer service. But this is what we're left with, okay? I feel like this is you. Either you're the person who needs help or you're the person who gives help alongside this person. And regardless of, which position you find yourself in, you're probably going to end up being the voice of reason out of the two. It's okay. Like I said, gentility is key, but also having a knowledge of the practical details will actually help you. And I can see that you are going to be very abundant. Pile 3, you're going to be very, very abundant. You're going to be very sort of generous with your abundance as well. I do see that there is a beauty of manifestation, meaning the things that you manage to manifest. People don't know how you do it, but there's a beauty to everything that you buy, everything that you put, even if it's cheap, there's a beauty to everything that you buy into the way that you present yourself. And people are kind of wondering how you do it. But pile 3, if I know my pile 3s well, if what spirit is telling me is correct, this is just a day in the life for people of pile 3. You're naturally beautiful and you're naturally able to cultivate beauty in your environment. Where the no comes in is where I feel like it's from an external force outside the both of you. It's like both of you are caught between a rock and a hard place, because an external environment is coming in and saying, you know what, no, but we're going to hinder the progress of both of you. And it's just so annoying. It won't necessarily bridge the gap, but what it will do is it will give you more ideas as to how to be more resourceful with your money. So you're having similar issues than, with pile 2, only with pile 2, it's more personal than that. But where you're concerned, pile 3, it's a bit more external. So where pile 2 is focused on self-care, you're focused on environmental care. You're focused on the world around you and how you can make it better in spite of this external force being determined to make everything worse and being determined to be belligerent. Now let's see for these cards. Alright, so I got this card from the Goddess Oracle, and I got oh yeah, this is it. Alright, so things are not as annoying as they seem. What I'm getting is that your intuition is on point and you should trust it. I don't know about throwing intuition completely. I don't know about throwing logic completely out the window, but I feel that in this case, you should let your intuition lead and use your logic to back that up. It says all is well. Everything's happening exactly as you see. This external shit is not a person. A person is acting it out, or people are acting it out, but it is spirit that is intervening and saying no, because you're trying to make way for something better. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on. Spirit is working behind the scenes of everything. They're saying, no, we have something better in store for you. We have better in store for you. So this no that you're getting is not a no. It's, I have something better than that. And over the next 6 months, I think it's going to be, I really feel like it's going to be sooner than that, pile 3. It's going to be over the next 3 weeks that you're going to see, oh, shit, okay. Yeah, so okay, so that's what you were talking about. Okay, cool. So you're going to see, yeah, that's what you were talking about. So this no that I'm getting from spirit leads to something better for the both of you. And yeah, this bitch can calm down. the both of you can calm down, So I feel that it has a tricky start, the summer solstice, pile 3, but it has a good outcome. And that was my reading for pile 3. Thank you very much for joining me. Peace and blessings. And thank you for this insight into your mind. Take care. Bye.